Proper hand hygiene, whether it's washing or sanitizing your hands, is just one of many ways to keep your family healthy this winter. I'm Dr. Julianne Schwerdtfager with Salina Pediatric Care.
Dr. Schwerdtfager, thank you so much for being on the show. I think we all need some helpful reminders here this cold and flu season. Probably the best tips for staying healthy. So what are they?
One of the number one ways you can stay healthy through cough and flu season is to make sure that you are washing your hands. It's one of the most simple ways but best ways to keep germs away and to keep from spreading disease between people. The other big thing you can do to keep from getting super sick this cold and flu season is to get a flu shot.
How do we get that through to our kids?
It's a lot harder to teach kids to wash their hands because, again, they don't pay as close of attention to how they're scrubbing or for how long they're scrubbing. So I recommend doing 10 to 15 seconds of scrubbing your hands with soap and warm water. And to help kids kind of time this out, sometimes you can sing a fun song or have a fun thing that you recite while you wash your hands, and that will sometimes help a lot. But really the mainstay of this is good modeling behavior. So as a parent, if you're washing your hands well, your kids usually will want to too.
Let's talk about flu shots a little bit. First of all, why do we have to get one every year?
Flu shots are super important for children. So we get a flu shot every year because the flu virus actually changes a little bit every year. So each year the CDC will make a new vaccine based on antigens that they've presented to the vaccine companies. So every year getting a booster of this is our best way to prepare for what we anticipate the flu virus will look like this year. And for children, this is even more important. Children need to get the flu shot every year because their risks with influenza are higher than adults. So children are more likely to get sicker, more likely to end up in the hospital, or even die from flu. The scary part about this is a lot of perfectly healthy children who catch flu can end up really sick. And when we looked at last year's flu data, there were 129 pediatric deaths from flu last year, and 70 to 80% of those were kids who did not have the flu vaccine.
I assume extra precautions come into play when you have an illness within the family, correct?
The biggest things that we look at for extra precautions are just to try not to spread your germs around. So if you have a cough, making sure that you're not in really close contact with other people in the family, especially little kids. Coughing in each other's faces is bad. Cover your mouth. You can use your elbow and cough into your elbow. Sometimes that's safer than coughing into your hand and spreading germs with your hands. And then make sure that areas everyone uses, we're cleaning surfaces that they touch a lot. So things like the bathroom, doorknobs, the kitchen, those are big areas to keep clean when people are sick. We also want to make sure that kids stay home from daycare or school if they're sick as well. So anytime a kid has a fever over 100.4 Fahrenheit, we want to make sure that you are staying home and not spreading your germs around. And then the other thing that we look at is if you have diarrhea or vomiting that's really bad, you might want to stay home with that too, just so you're not spreading germs around and getting other people sick.
For more information, please visit salinapediatriccare.com and like their Facebook page, and better yet, come in and see your pediatrician.